So see, what had happened was a lot of stuff. So let me catch you guys up on what has been going on and why I have been MIA. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Hello my loves, Kelly here, and welcome to another insanely slice of my world? No, an insane slice of my world. So I have been missing for a little bit, and I thought I would catch you guys up on what has been going on. So the first thing that happened was back in May, and I think that was probably close to the last time I uploaded. I went to the US. I was in the States for 2 weeks, and I did two things while I was in the US. One of which was really amazing, and the other one is probably cause for therapy. So the first thing I did was I went there to apply at the Mexican consulate to become a permanent resident of Mexico. So yay, celebrate with me because I am now permanent here in Mexico. And that doesn't mean that I'm gonna be here forever, but at this point I'm calling it home, and I've dedicated myself enough to it to make that permanent. So I am not a temporary resident. I am not a tourist. I'm permanente, baby. So the other thing I did while I was in the US was I got a puppy. Y'all, why did I get a puppy? Like, I've never had a pet in my adult life. Nobody told me that poop literally gets stuck in their butt and you have to help them get it out. What? I was like, bro, I think you on your own on that one. No, I helped a little fella out, but I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for that. He eats rocks. Ooh, why? Rocks, why? So anyway, so I got the cutest puppy in the world as far as I'm concerned. Everybody says he looks like a stuffed animal. Stuffed animals don't poop on your floor. I just want y'all to know that. So I'll share pictures. His name is Kiko, and he is a Cavachon, which is a Cavalier King Charles and a Bichon Frise mix. And I'll share a little bit more about why I selected this puppy a little bit later in the video as I catch you guys up on what else is going on. So I was in the States for 2 weeks doing that, and I came back to, if you've seen the video, and I'll put a link up here to a tour of my house. There's a casita that is attached to my home, and I had a friend at the time that was staying in the casita, and I came back and the rainy season has just started and the casita was leaking. So first I had to have contractors come through and look at it and give me estimates. Some of them was on that nonsense, y'all. I was like, y'all can't be up in here talking that nonsense. Then after that, we hired a roofer, and it was supposed to be a 7-day ordeal, turned into 11 days of chaos in my house. And after day 7, I was really like, can y'all go now? Can y'all go now? Can y'all go now? So during that time, I had a lovely flare. So I was on my butt and on my back for quite some time. Today I'm in quite a bit of pain, but you know what? It's lupus, is what happens. And so I really was just so fatigued that I was doing nothing. Me and the puppy, we were sleeping. That's what we was doing. We wake up, we eat, we go back to sleep. So it was pretty pathetic for a few weeks in my house. And then, like I said, I had a house guest. So, you know, then she was kind of low maintenance, so that wasn't a big deal. But the way that my house is set up, anytime you have to leave or come in, even if you're in the casita, you've got to come through the main house. So I always had to make sure, you know, I was dressed and that kind of thing, just to be courteous, you know, so I wasn't 100% always like free, so to speak. And now that I have staff coming through my house almost on a daily basis, I'm almost always never free. But I don't regret that at all. Let's see, what else has happened in that time? I've had some chaos go on, some comical chaos, but chaos nonetheless. So had to go down to the police station for some nonsense, but that was kind of funny actually. So there was that, and I mean, I guess that didn't really stress me out. I found that more funny than anything, kind of. But I won't get into details on that. But anyway, so that's kind of what has been going on. Now let me tell y'all about this dog that I have fallen head over heels in love with. And that little mofo got me trained. I'd be up all hours of the night taking him out. I'll pull out his booty, y'all. Come on, that right there, that's love. That's a different kind of love, but that's that Kiki kind of love. So anyway, so the dog was supposed to be since I take this break to cough, let me, before I tell y'all the dog story, ask you to please hit the subscribe button. Make sure you also hit the like button. That's the easiest thing you can do. Let YouTube know that you're happy that I'm back and talking nonsense and sharing my craziness. So anyway, so this puppy was born in Springfield, Missouri. And he was supposed to be shipped to me the first part of June to Florida. I was visiting my son, and my son says, yeah, you can have the dog sent to me. And that way, if you're not here, my son already has a wonderful dog and he knows how to handle him. My daughter lets plants die, y'all. She wasn't gonna get my dog. And she calls dogs rodents anyway, so she definitely was not going to be the one to collect my puppy. So anyway, breeder calls me the day that the puppy is supposed to fly, and he says to me, this is another, and I'm sharing this with you guys so you'll know part of the reason why I came back to Mexico in a full flare. Anyway, so he says they won't let the dog fly. They said that the temperatures are too high. And I was like, okay, but it's Florida, so the temperatures are always going to be too high. So I asked him, can I just come and get the dog? So I left Fort Lauderdale on a Saturday, flew to Denver, Colorado. Then I flew to Springfield, Missouri. I got the puppy. The very next morning, the puppy and I fly out of Springfield, Missouri to Denver, Colorado, to Houston, Texas. Then when we get to Houston, boop, Houston, we have a problem. And Houston says, this dog is too young to fly because he was only 8 weeks old. And I was like, no, Mexico. And, you know, I misread the paperwork is what happened. I didn't do my full due diligence in my enthusiasm to get this puppy. And, you know, and the lady said to me, well, you know, he's supposed to be 14 weeks and he can't fly. And I was like, oh God, like, what do I do? Because he's 8 weeks. I'm not going to be in the States till he's 14 weeks because I don't want to be here that long. And I felt that if I took him to my son, that at that point, over that span of time, he would have imprinted with my son and it would be my son's dog now. And so I was like heartbroken. And I said to her, I says, well, I've been flying all over the country with this dog. We literally started our day in the Midwest. We've been to the middle of the country in Denver. I says, and now here we are in the South. And she was like, well, how did that happen? And I looked at her, I says, I don't know. I don't work for the airline. So she looked at it and says, well, you know what? You're right. You don't work for the airline. She's like, I don't know what happened, how your puppy got to Mexico, but have a nice flight. So Kiko and I came into Mexico illegally. Not really, because when he got to Mexico, he had to be inspected and they checked out everything and he was good. But there was a rumor that I was running from the law in the U.S. anyway. So I just thought, hey, maybe it was because of my dog. So anyway, so the puppy, I had researched this dog, y'all, because again, y'all know me, I have these crazy flares. So I found a puppy that was basically a lap dog. If you know anything at all about King Charles Cavaliers, they are bred to be lap dogs. They're real mellow. Their energy level is like a 3, so you only really need to give them 30 minutes of exercise a day. Not when they puppies, though. They be hyper when they puppies. And at least this puppy is. And he demanding too. He be barking and carrying on, yelling at me, cussing me out. He rude, y'all. He rude. He pee on my flow. He rude. So anyway, but his intelligence level is very high. So supposedly he's easy to train, and he is. And he's a little manipulative bastard too. But I dig him all day long. So I'm gonna put some video or some pictures of my crazy little puppy. And I'm going to once again ask you guys to hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. And I know there's nothing here today of real value for you all to share, but hey, why not? Share it if it entertains you. All right, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch up real soon. I promise that I'm going to record some more stuff, maybe today, so that you're not waiting so long for my next upload. Thanks for being here when I return. I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao.